Bro. You're so annoying, bro.
Nice.
So annoying. You're actually a writer, bro. You're actually such a writer.
That was nice.
Like I know he's smirking right now. He's doing that little look
I know.
away right now. He's doing that look away. Like we said, drop a like and sub and comment. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, we're about to be in an intro, 500,000 views.
Alright, what is going on, my dudes? I hope you guys enjoyed the intro clip. So for today's video, this is gonna be kind of like an explanation slash tip video for anyone who is struggling with snipers on Modern Warfare 2. Now, to be quite honest, this year they kind of blessed us with a bunch of snipers. A lot of the snipers are very, very good. One you've probably died to the most has been either the SPR or the SPX-80. This is the actual sniper. The SPR technically is a marksman rifle, but we all know it functions like a sniper rifle. So for today's video, I'm gonna give you guys the 4 best class setups. This entire video is going to be done in private match. If this video is helpful for you in any way, if you could please leave a like, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, please subscribe if you're new. We are 600 subs right now from 819,000. The love on all the Modern Warfare 2 videos has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Let's get right into this. I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video. All of these classes are meant for aggressive kind of sniping. You can obviously change the setups if you want to play more passively. That's your play style. These classes are designed specifically for actually playing aggressively with it. So, starting with the MCPR, is definitely my favorite sniper in this game. This is the best class setup for it that you really could get. Of course, you can still adjust a few things. For example, you could swap the stock with the bolt assembly if you want to rechamber the bullets a little bit faster. Now, at the moment, tuning is disabled in the game because there was a glitch with it. When tuning gets added back into the game, of course, you're going to want to increase the ADS as well as you're going to want to increase the sprint to fire speed, because those two are very, very important if you want to actually play aggressively with snipers. And that's across every sniper, not just this one. This is my go-to class. I always use the 17.5-inch barrel. I use the box IV laser. However, there is technically one better laser. However, it requires you to level up the EBR-14 to level 10. Once you get it to level 10, there's actually a laser you actually can use across all the snipers as well. So technically, if you wanted to get that, it would be a slightly better laser. This is the main one that you can get without doing it. This stock is technically the best one. However, it's not available unless you unlock it through a different weapon, and I'm actually not sure what weapon it is. I haven't figured that out myself, so if any of you guys do know, you can put it in the comment section below. I'd appreciate it. Now, because I don't have the stock, what I've been using is the Cronin Smooth Bolt assembly, and the reason why is just because it rechambers a little bit faster, so you can fire off shots a little bit quicker. And of course, you want the 5-round mag. This is the MCPR 300. This is definitely my favorite sniper in the game, but I would say that this is probably the hardest sniper out of all of them. This gun is very, very fun to use. This is definitely my favorite sniper in the game. However, I would say that it probably is the actual hardest sniper out of all of them to consistently pop off with this thing and actually play aggressively. It's pretty hard in comparison to the other ones, but it feels really, really beefy, and it feels like you're really just destroying people every time you hit them. The main tips I really would have for this gun, there's not too many, to be completely honest. It's more or less just, you just need to practice with each gun. But with this gun specifically, I would suggest you start pre-aiming around corners. It's going to be really important with this gun specifically, because overall, you're not going to have that super snappy ADS time like you would with like the SPR and everything. I feel like you overall just have to play a little bit smarter and a little bit less aggressive with this gun specifically. But it's really, really good, and it hits hard. It's very consistent. You really, when it comes to hit markers, you don't have to worry about it with this sniper. It's not gonna happen. It just will not happen. That honestly is like really the only tip I can give you. You just have to have map awareness. You gotta know where spawns are. Of course, that will help with any of the guns, but very much with this gun. Yeah. As you can see, the ADS is still really, really fast. It's definitely doable in game. All right, now for the second sniper, of course, it's the Signal 50. It is technically the last sniper that you unlock. However, if you do want to use this gun, it's the class setup for it. Once again, I use the box IV laser. It's the exact same as the one I use on the MCPR. However, there is technically still that better laser from the EBR-14. You don't really need an optic. I kind of like the default one, to be honest. You do want to run an underbarrel. And the reason why you'd want to run the Shark one is because it increases aiming stability. And the reason why is because the default scope on this sniper sways quite a bit. It's really not centered very well. For the grip, you want to run the finesse grip. And for the stock, you want to run the SO inline stock. This is probably the fastest ADS, even though there are technically only 4 attachments. You really don't need all 5. It's kind of like the HCR, where you technically only needed 3 attachments. All right, what you guys are about to see is just me killing a bunch of bots real quick, just to show you guys again what this gun can look like if you have it maxed out. All right, now we got the Signal 50. It's pretty much the MW2 equivalent to the 50 cal. The only thing I will say about this gun is because it's off-centered when you ADS, like the actual crosshair itself is off-centered, it feels a little weird to use, but if you can get it down, this gun is a beast. You can go crazy with this thing. It hits hard as hell too. Now, one huge tip that's gonna help a lot of players who may not have noticed this. When you ADS normally, and when you come around a corner, the ADS isn't too bad. Of course, with this gun, it is a little bit slower than the other ones, but for example, on the MCPR, coming around a corner, the ADS is not too bad. However, when you jump around a corner and try to ADS, it's a lot slower. I do not recommend that you do this with the MCPR or the Signal 50. It's just not worth it. If you're gonna jump around a corner, jump and then ADS. Don't ADS while in the actual jump animation, or it's gonna slow it down quite a bit. And like right there, these guys are bots, which is why they didn't kill me. If this was online, you would get deleted immediately. All right, for the third sniper, the LAB 330, which I feel like most people are gonna agree with me on this. This gun kind of looks like the M40, but it feels like the SPR. Really fun gun to use. So for the attachments, I run the 18.5 barrel. The laser, once again, it's the same laser I've used on the last two snipers, but of course there is that one additional one that is better. For the stock, you want to run the T70 pad extension. You want to run the comb, which is literally called the Aim Assist 406. And then I use the ST87 bolt. Very helpful with this kind of weapon to be able to shoot faster, because although this gun hits very hard, it's not the fastest sniper. So I would recommend you run that if you do want to fire off shots pretty quickly. Once again, about to shoot some bots just to show you guys what this gun looks like when it's fully maxed out. The next weapon, the LAB 330. This gun's really fun to use. It really looks like an M40, although the only thing is you have a shorter barrel at the moment. I like the weapon. It looks good. It feels good. The only downside to it is that I would say it just isn't better than the next sniper we're about to go over, which is the last one. It just isn't better in any way. I don't see why that many people would actually end up using this gun compared to the other one, if you have the other one unlocked. But of course, if you don't, this is definitely a good go-to regardless. The only thing I really have with this, of course, is that the ADS still is not the fastest. It is quick, but it is not the fastest. Now, unlike the Signal 50 and the MCPR, this gun has a pretty fast ADS. This is a gun that you really can get away with, like playing super aggressively, and of course, jumping around corners. There's really not much to say. It's a fun gun to use, but it just is not better than the last one I'm about to show you guys the moment I die. And for the last and final sniper, which arguably is the best one technically out of all of them, SPX 80. This gun is just insane. You can literally destroy with this thing. For this weapon, you want to use the 22.5 barrel. Once again, the same laser as before. You want to run the 890 tac stock. You want to run the match grip, rear grip, and then once again, I use the ST87 bolt just because you do want to be able to fire off shots quickly with this thing if you plan on using it aggressively. If you want to sit back and play a little more passively, then you don't really need this. Like the other three, I'm about to show you guys what the sniper looks like when you max it out. And this is the SPX 80, the final sniper, of course. It is arguably the best out of all of them. I think most snipers who are playing right now are usually using this or the SPR. You've probably seen clips with this gun on your timeline all over the place. It's got very, very fast ADS. It's got a pretty good sprint to fire speed. As you clearly can see, it's not getting hit markers. The damage is pretty good. Bolt rechamber is very fast. This is definitely worth it. If any of you guys have not unlocked this sniper yet, or not enjoying the other three, just keep pushing until you unlock this thing and it will definitely be worth it. That's all the snipers on Modern Warfare 2.